Welcome everyone, thank you for coming and joining us for another special health focused Tai Chi and Qigong class. Let's take right hand in fist please, left hand straight and pull back that thumb, bringing the feet together, bringing the hands together and gently press forwards. Very good, release, relax down. Let's open our stance. So we're going to begin with a little bit of silk reeling. Just before class, we were talking about shoulder injuries and torn muscles and things like that. So silk reeling can really aid recovery because it is a relatively confined practice. It's not a massive stretch. You're not sort of going to the extremes of your movement, but it allows you to release and relax and gently helps to spiral the energy from center out to the fingertips and toe tips and back in through very gentle spiraling movement. Excuse me 1 second. One crazy cat. Sorry about that, just had to let the cat out. All right, so yes, so gentle spiraling movement. Let's have a go at our Chen style silk reeling, Chan Su Gong. So we bring our feet gently together and float the top of the head lightly up. Bring the chin slightly down and back. And in this position, we take a few moments to calm. Listening, feeling, letting go. Allow yourself to be patient and really be in no hurry to do anything or to get started, but rather let go into the practice of being still. You may notice as you let go through this stillness that the internal world of your body is still very active. You may notice your heart, your breath, maybe even sensations. And notice, listen to any sounds, any goings on beyond the body, especially behind you. Good, let's bring the awareness gently back to your system, back to the room. Slowly, gently, if your eyes were closed, you can open your eyes. And let's release belly, hips and knees. Now I'm going to mirror for you. I'd like you to take your right hand to waist and bring the left palm forwards, facing up and fingertips touching that invisible center line, that barrier that's extending forwards. And we're going to look to the left and step open to your left. Very good. Now, when you step open, your weight remains mostly on your right. I'm going to come a little closer. Now, there's no footwork, so you don't need to see the feet. Movement 1, we gently rotate in center and allow the shoulder to relax, the elbow to relax, the whole arm to relax, but it gently flips over. See if you can do it with as little physical effort as possible while still feeling to the tips of your fingers. Then release, squaring up, feel into the shoulder, then into the elbow, and unfold just to the point that the hand is above the foot. So really, the forearm is extending forwards. That's movement 2. Movement 3, we're releasing in the shoulder and the hip at the same time, allowing the arm to sink down, keeping the body upright. And movement 4, gently feeding across and untwisting. And the palm is fully rotated, facing up. Let's repeat that. I want you to focus on releasing and relaxing through the body and through the arm. So you're not carrying the arm, but rather the movement of the waist guides, gives the energy, the momentum for the arm to move. Focus on releasing and relaxing into it. And I want you to notice, by listening, feeling very carefully at each stage, any sensations going on within your body, within your arm. Good. So we're not sacrificing comfort for technique. In fact, good technique will make the movement comfortable. If there's pain, we want to be aware of it and we want to do something about it. Pain is your friend. It's a messenger saying something is wrong. So you don't just try and kill the messenger, you listen to it and you adapt your behavior to sort out the underlying problem. So keep on listening to your body and, if necessary, adapt. It may be that the movement needs to be smaller. It may be that you're holding tension. That can be the issue. So you'll need to release and breathe into the movement more. Not all sensation will be pain, of course. You may experience heat. You may experience tingling. You may experience a general sense of loosening or tightening. So we have to listen, breathe, and work with the body. Very good. And my theory is active recovery. It's better to work through an injury rather than just to hold still until it gets better. But active recovery requires little and often. Don't blast your body to try to heal it. That's not wise. Good, so let's change now. We've done a little bit on one side. Exactly the same. You may hear some thumping going on. I think our neighbors are doing some DIY. Excuse that, please. Keep going, breathe. Relaxing the shoulder, relaxing the arm. Keep the fingertips lively. Doesn't mean you have to stretch them hugely, but just don't let them collapse. See, can you feel that connection up through the spine and along the arms to the fingertips? Back up the arm, down to the waist, and back to your center. Each sensation is a guide to help you let go into that experience more. And it's cyclical. The more you let go, the more you will feel. The more you feel, the more you can let go into that experience. It should be a feedback loop of listening, feeling, letting go. Very good. And this time, as we come across, bring the foot in. Well done, relax down. I can't tell you how much I feel personally that Tai Chi is the perfect vehicle to aid recovery. It has all that is needed. It is gentle, it is slow moving, so it gives you that opportunity to actually be with the body, mentally, with awareness, with mindfulness, every step of the way. So if you are doing something that is further damaging your body, you will instantly be aware of it and able to step back and stop doing that thing. Whereas folks who are trying to have active recovery by doing fast action things, if there is an underlying issue, it can actually be exacerbated. Whereas, of course, you could overdo it in Tai Chi, but if you're doing it mindfully, you will realize very quickly when you have reached your natural limit with a particular exercise. So it is the perfect vehicle for recovery. So just do what you can. This is like a mantra of mine. Do what you can comfortably, and see how you get on. There are so many silk railing exercises. Personally, if I was injured, I would go for that one. The very first silk railing exercise. It's very simple. It is, as I say, with a sort of limited sized movement, and yet it is giving you that gentle manipulation. It's giving you that ability to spiral and move energy through the body. This is why it's so important not to, if you break your arm, it's important not to just have it bound and stuck to your body and thinking, well, I'll not move it until it's better, because that way, actually the energy can't get to it so easily. If we're not moving, if we're not flowing, then the energy just kind of stagnates, it gets stuck. So it actually slows down recovery if we're holding something very, very still. Muscles, if they're not used, if they're not actively engaged and released, they begin to atrophy. They literally just shrink away. So it's very important for our general well-being that we just keep moving everything with obvious awareness of what's going on. Let's have a little go with the legs as well. So we're going to do that exercise plus stepping. And this is our side stepping. And this is quite nice that we bring this into silk railing early on, because it's moving in a way we're not used to. So it engages the brain and the central nervous system in a new and interesting way. So it's very, very useful for neural plasticity and just general growth of coordination and body-mind connection. So we're going to come over to one side. Now, you might not have a huge space, that's okay. You can bounce about when you run out of space, swap arms, change direction. So let's begin again. We lengthen up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back, and release, relax down. Listen to your surroundings. Listen to what is here and now. And as you breathe, let it all go. Good. Let's release belly, hips, and knees. And again, we're going to bring the right palm to the waist first. Remember, I'm mirroring. Left palm extends forward, touches the center line, stepping open to the left, and look forwards. Good. So the weight is still more on your right. We're going to turn And this time, as we feed the weight across, releasing into shoulder, elbow, there is your cue to come in and release. And untwist, and when you're halfway, that's shifted your weight enough to step and turn. Feet across, halfway, come in. Turn. Halfway, step. So with silk reeling, we want a flow, continuous movement. There's key moments where we step, halfway we step, and let's now change arms. And we're just going to do one round just with the arms, releasing, relaxing into it, and then we've changed direction. Now, if you want to stay with me with this movement, but you run out of space sooner than I do, you can just stop stepping and keep going with the arms, and then change with me. Let's change arms. Again, one round just with the arms, and step. Are you breathing? Keep breathing. I know it sounds funny, but a lot of people hold their breath when they're concentrating. That's okay. When you find yourself holding your breath, don't panic. Just start breathing. Change arms. Good. This time we close. Well done. Relax gently down. Good stuff. Ease out of your stance. You know, folks, today I had this plan. I thought, right, what will we do? I thought maybe we'll do some Phoenix, maybe we'll do some Chen, 9-step. But actually, I'm feeling this silk reeling. I think we haven't done silk reeling in a while. Wouldn't it be nice? We can actually revise as much as we can of the Chansa Gong. We'll just go through the whole thing. This is useful because it is the foundation of our Tai Chi practice. Doesn't just mean beginners need to do it and then forget about it as you move on to the more difficult stuff. If we keep coming back to silk reeling, we deepen our capacity, our awareness, our inner connection, stamina, and it's also very, very useful for just deepening the understanding of how the energy is flowing and how the body mechanics work within Tai Chi. So let's keep going with our Chansa Gong for today. I've decided. Okay, executive decision. So that was your side stepping. So next we have our forwards and backwards stepping, and that makes up the whole of silk reeling 1. Now, I'm going to stay close to you and just show you the arms for the forward stepping first. And this is bringing in 2 hands into our practice. So the first one is single hand and single hand stepping. Now we have double hands and double hand stepping. You could take months looking at silk reeling alone. So this is just a recap. I'm not giving you all the details, but hopefully it will jingle some memory bells in there, and for those who have done it before, and introduce those who haven't. So let's bring our feet together, please. We're going to float up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back, and just take a few moments to calm and breathe. Wuji. Listening behind. Good. Now again, I'm going to mirror you. We're going to lift your right toes just a little bit and turn your center to bring you to the corner, to the 45 degrees. And we're going to release through belly, hips and knees and bring the hands to float up in front of you. So notice the palms are asymmetrical. The front palm facing up, the back palm facing down. We're now going to step open and forwards. The front foot is pointing forwards, but there's that little gap between the feet, hip width or shoulder width. Good. Now we're going to turn towards the back and let the palms flip over. Turning towards the back corner, I should say. Feed the weight forwards, bringing the hands forwards. So now your front hand is inside the line of your front knee, and the back hand is touching the center line. We turn and let the hands roll over and float up. So we're turning to face the front. We feed the weight back, squaring up, and the hands are now in front of the shoulders, and turning center, release, relax down to the back corner. So over the back foot, feed the weight forwards, and over the front foot, feed the weight back. Again, it's essential that we relax the body and relax the arms, letting the center turn to guide and drive the movement of the arms. So at every stage in this movement, we're working on letting go of tension, letting everything be nice and loose, free and open, coming forwards. And turn. Rolling over rather than turning the arms, let them roll as you turn center. Feeding forwards and roll. Gently breathe, feeding back and roll. Forwards and roll and back. So we're never going above shoulder height for any of this. I know sometimes if my camera is positioned just so, it might look like the hands are going above the shoulder, but they're not. Good. And roll, relax down. Be careful to keep the body upright. Think of your puppet on a string, just dangling down with gravity. The arms may come down, but the body remains upright. Again, please just do what you can comfortably at any stage. If you're feeling fatigue or if pain is creeping in and not releasing, just stop. That's absolutely fine. Good, let's feed the weight forwards and bring the back foot in. So your feet finish, if you can see, in a T-shaped position, the heels touching. Relax down, well done, easing from your stance. And if you want to do a little stretch, if you feel that there's anything that needs it, do it. Listen to your body. Grandmaster Chen says to us that nature is the first principle of Tai Chi, which means we must listen to our nature. Let's try it on the other side, and then I think we'll do a little seated relaxation to give our body a chance to process all that good energy flowing through our limbs. Okay, so same on the other side, please. We start with the feet together and we float up, the chin slightly down and back, calming down. listening behind. Good, let's lift your left toes, turning center to the quarter turn, put the foot down, release belly, hips, knees, front palm facing up, back palm facing down, stepping forwards, toes pointing forwards, little bit of width. Check your posture, releasing, relaxing down. We're going to turn towards the back, flip the palms. Feed the weight forwards. You get that lovely rotation. You want to feel a twist, a rotation right the way down. So you're inside the angle of your knee and palm touching the center line. We turn body, roll through releasing to shoulder height, feed the weight back, hands in front of shoulders. Release, turn towards the back corner, relax the arms down. Repeat, we feed forwards and roll up. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders, feed back and relax down. And forwards and roll up. Keep the body nice and relaxed, nice and heavy, continuously working with gravity, that lovely plumb line. Don't let the body tip. Good, very nice. I'd like to show you it from the side. Just keep going. Good. And just for completeness, I'm going to show you it from the corner. So hands in front of shoulders, circle down. And inside the level of the knee, touching the center line, and roll up. Remember, each stage we want to breathe and release through the sensations. Very good. Let's take the last time. We're going to feed forwards and let that carry the back foot in, heels touch, relax down and close. So I'm facing the diagonal now. Should be facing the front. Well done. A little heel tap and relax. Good. Let's come and sit down, everybody, please. You could do standing, of course, if you were feeling so inspired. I just want to check, I would like to talk to you a wee bit about supplements. Yeah, I don't have any in the fridge at the moment, that's okay. Oops, I've lost one. Let me see. Okay. Looks like everybody has fallen out of the practice, but I'll just pause for a second. Good, all right. So yes, just a wee further word about recovery. So The silk reeling can really help, though it is very intense. So if you find that that was a bit much, maybe form might be easier for you because you're just doing a little move and then you're doing a different move and a different move. But I think silk reeling done mindfully is a very useful practice for aiding recovery with injuries. So something else to bear in mind is the diet. Of course, what we put into our body is the building blocks for our body to grow and recover. And certain minerals and substances are particularly useful, are necessary. So protein, obviously, is our building blocks to help our body grow and to recover. So make sure that you are getting some quality protein in your body. If you're vegetarian, you want the wide range of things, your nuts, your pulses, your beans. If you do dairy, if you're an ovo-lacto vegetarian, make sure you're getting some eggs and some cheese, some dairy, and that's very useful as well. If you eat meat, make sure that you're getting quality meat and fish. Try and go for organic, or at least well-grown, happy animals make for happy food. So that is important. Mineral-wise, magnesium is the key thing for helping the body recover. It's very, very useful for muscle function and general nerve function and recovery. So foods that are rich in magnesium, you're talking about almonds, you're talking about dark leafy greens like your spinach, your broccoli, your cabbage, your kale, your seaweeds, if you're able to access some good quality seaweeds. And there's so many seaweeds, you can go into a whole other look at that as well. But magnesium is very, very useful. Fish also is quite high in magnesium, but not all fish is the same. So go for your oily fish, like your mackerel, even salmon and tuna to a certain extent. But obviously tuna is high in what's it called, mercury. So you don't overdo the fish, or at least the tuna. But that can really aid muscle recovery. Combine, get some good protein in there, make sure you're getting some magnesium. If you feel that you're not getting enough magnesium from your diet, sometimes it's just impossible to get enough, then I would recommend the likes of Floridix, which is a tonic, and it has lots of fruits and vegetables and seaweeds and things in that, and it's very nice. It's kind of like concentrated fruit juice, really, but you're looking for Floridix magnesium. They do different ones like iron, like calcium, like a digestive aid, and various things like that. Also, if your muscles are cramping, that can be an issue. Now, magnesium is brilliant for helping muscles release. So even if you're having enough magnesium in your diet, that should aid the muscles and help reduce the cramping. You'd also be looking for an isotonic balanced drink. So you're not just necessarily going for water, especially if it's really hot. If you're sweating a lot, you'll be sweating out minerals. If you've ever tasted your sweat, it's salty. So you're losing minerals as we sweat. So it's really important to get some isotonic balance going on there. So you can look to apple cider vinegar, you can look to honey, you can look to a little bit of lemon juice squeezed, like fresh lemon squeezed into your drink. So if you feel refreshed after you've had a drink, then I'd say you are more isotonically balancing yourself. Even at an absolute crunch, you could go for the likes of Coca-Cola or other cola drinks that have that little bit of sugar and acid. That's what doctors used to recommend for when people have been sick a lot, when they've been vomiting. Flat Coke, because it does have that isotonic balance, but it's not exactly a health drink. It's not great for your teeth. But there you go. Again, something happened with my internet. I'm not sure if everyone's here, but anyway, I'll keep going. Okay, so one other thing I'd like to mention is cramp bark, which is a, how do you say, a herb. And as the name suggests, it helps very much with cramp. So if your muscles are kind of seizing up, it's much easier to tear the muscles once they've gone into this contraction, that you could just be doing a perfectly normal movement in a normal range, not doing backflips and massive, extreme stretches. But if you're in cramp, you can pull muscles quite easily. So if you've done the magnesium thing, and if you're getting a really good varied diet and you're still going into cramp bark is something that you could look at. And you can get that at health food shops and possibly even at your chemist. And if you are on medication, just check with them that it isn't contraindicated. Chemists should be able to tell you that. Good. Okay, so I'd like to go on to do our little relaxation. Okay, yeah. There's a little bit of folks losing their internet connection. They're coming back in. Great. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so sit yourself comfortably, please, folks, and plant your feet to the floor, or if it's comfortable, you can sit cross-legged. I don't find that's comfortable for any length of time. So let's float up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back. If you wish, you can close your eyes, or you can gaze gently ahead. Feel from the top of your head, and gently, as you breathe, pour your awareness down over the front, over the back, and over the sides of your head. As you breathe, we continue pouring the awareness down over the chest, over the upper back, and over the shoulders. Feeling into the shoulder sockets as you continue to breathe. Just feel that area gently releasing, becoming heavy. The arms hanging in their sockets as you pour the awareness gently down over the front and the back, the inside and the outside of the upper arms. Feeling into the elbows, feeling the elbows hanging heavy. Feeling down into the lower arms. Feel the lower arms heavy and relaxed. Feeling into the wrists. Feel the band of the wrists as you breathe. Think of it gently loosen and again becoming heavy. Feeling into your palms, the front and back. Breathing into your palms, letting go. And let's feel for each finger in turn, feeling the thumbs, first fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, little fingers. Feeling into all of your fingers. Feel for the very tips of your fingers. Notice sensation. Quite often, as we feel for the tips of the fingers, we will experience tingling or buzzing or warmth, sometimes even a coolness. And these are all perfectly normal reactions, as where the mind goes, the energy naturally follows. And where the energy goes, the body follows. You'll feel something. If you don't feel anything, that's okay too. Just listen, breathe, and let go into the tips of your fingers. And very gently Feel your way back up through your arms, through the shoulders, around the shoulders, and continue your journey down over your chest, down over your upper back, down over the flanks, the sides of your body, feeling into the waist, breathing into the band of your waist, and releasing down into your lower body, into the belly, the lower back, the hips. Breathing into your lower body, with each out breath letting go a little bit more. Feeling all the way down to the sit bones, and to the point at the very center of the underneath of your body. From here, we're going to release across the four corners of the hips and continue our journey down through the lower legs. Sorry, the legs. The upper legs first. Let's feel into the thighs, the backs of the upper legs, the hamstrings, the inside edges, the outside edges. Feeling into the four corners of the knees, breathing into your knees, feeling down into the lower legs, the calf, the shins, the inside edges, the outside edges. Feeling into the ankles, breathing into your ankles, breathing into your feet. Feeling the whole of the feet. Feel the top of your feet, the underside, the soles of your feet, the blades of your feet, the arches of your feet. Let's feel all the way to the toes, feeling for the big toes, second toes, third toes, fourth toes, fifth toes. Feel for all of your toes. Don't worry if you can't quite feel them or differentiate, just feel for them. Feel for the sensation at the tips of your toes. Doesn't matter if you can feel a sensation or not, simply listen for it. Guide your awareness to that area. Sometimes it can feel very powerful. Sometimes very subtle or not at all, and that's okay. Just listen. Feeling now to your heels. Feel the whole of the feet, the whole of the legs, the whole of the body. Very calm, very heavy, very open. As you breathe, think of every cell in your body just releasing, just like sitting down on a nice squashy sofa and then going, ah. Feel every cell in your body sighing into that squashy sofa feeling. Let go. And listen to the feeling of your energy freely able to move. Keep going with that thought, with each cell in your body, with each breath, sighing, releasing into that lovely squashy sofa feeling, letting go. Let yourself float inside that feeling. Very good. Let's check our posture. Feel the top of the head gently floating up. If you've collapsed at all, that's okay, but gently float the top of the head up again. And one more time as you breathe, keeping the top of the head nice and light, letting every cell in the body sigh and release. Let your breath flow. Deeply listen, here and now. Beautiful, well done. Let's very gently guide the hands now to cover your center. So just beneath your belly button, overlap the center of your palms and hug your elbows gently in. So now we're going to very calmly feel the touch of the hands flowing back into the center. Feel the energy being focused, directed into your belly. Think of your breath effortlessly flowing in and out of your belly directly. Gently sift your awareness through your belly to the very center point. And here, let's think of a bright spark of light, like a very distant sun shining in the very center of your belly. Feel your energy is stronger. Very good. Beautiful. Let's release from our stance, bringing the awareness back to the whole body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, easing from your stance. And feeling back into your space. Picture the space. And when you're ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. Very good. Gosh, where did the time go? Well done, folks. So movement is so important to aid recovery. Using your muscles, using your body to help it build stronger is important. Also, deep relaxation is equally as important. So often, if we have an injury, the body clenches, it goes, and it's trying to protect itself. But actually, a prolonged period of this does the opposite. It restricts energetic flow. So sometimes in the very act of trying to protect ourselves, we inhibit our own recovery. So relaxation and indeed joy and happiness, remember joy opens up our energy, it helps our energy to blossom. So often when we're in pain, we go, we get very serious and very unhappy and a bit miserable and kind of closed in on ourselves. So of course that's a natural response, but I encourage you to try and find some joy, try and find things that are pleasant, surround yourself in pleasantness, choose to engage with the things that actually bring you a little bit out of yourself. Combine that with deep relaxation, letting go of your muscles, letting go of the tension, being mindfully connected with the area in question, guides energy to that area and aids recovery. So all of these things combined with good diet and plenty of rest are a winning combination to give us as speedy a recovery as is natural. Of course, working with doctors can be very useful as well. So let's finish, folks, with a little warm down. So if you'd like to get up, please. Good. See how you get on with this. We're going to, again, lengthen up through the top of the head, let the body release, relax down with gravity, and we're just turning very gently on our center line and letting the arms swing. So we're not carrying the arms, we're not placing them. I'm sure you've seen in the past we've done movements where we're slapping ourselves. You don't have to do that, it can just be nice and gentle, easing and swinging. I remember my cousin gave me an exercise when I hurt my shoulder. She had me leaning against something and doing these kind of swinging exercises. I should say my cousin's a physiotherapist, in case you're going, why? Your cousin? Yeah, and it was useful. So swinging can be very useful. Again, it's movement combined with release. It's you're letting go. So that can be a very, very nice one, just any movement where you're swinging, but within limits. You're not doing big whanging exercises, right? Okay, let's do Chen Fa Ke's version. So this is giving a little bit of engagement now with the hands. It's like you're running your hands over the surface of water. So it's a listening and feeling exercise to your palms. And again, that lights up your whole arm with energy. So very, very useful for recovery and sensitivity. So you're listening and feeling so you can respond to your body's needs. Very good. All right, let's finish. We'll take a deep breath and float the arms just as high as is comfortable. And release, relax down. And again, float up, feeling the sky, the air around you, feeling the earth beneath your feet. Deep breath, hold your breath at the top, press your fingers towards the sky, press your toes into the earth. Think of sealing in your good energy and calming down, guide your hands to center. Well done. Hug your elbows gently in one more time. Let's breathe and relax. One more time, letting go, tension, feeling your energy flowing into center. Feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful. Well done, folks. Relax down. I hope you enjoyed your class today. Nice, gentle class. Very useful for anyone, but especially, hopefully, for recovery. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you next time.